Okay, so in this video, I'm going to look at Bitcoin. I'm going to look at where I think we might get the next trading opportunities, and I'll cover the top 10 others and total market cap as well. That's what we're going to cover in this video. My name's Craig Cobb from the Gromiko. There you go. Okay, so let's jump straight into Bitcoin and start with the weekly time frame here. Of course, we know what happened last week. We get that. But look at the level here. Now, this level is not an exact level. All right, it's a regional level. You can see we've sort of pushed to it, above it, a little bit above, chippy choppy, pulled back into it, moved away, pulled back into it, moved away. It's not an exact level. It's certainly not a level that I would be considering as a breakout trade type level, but it is a level of old resistance that has acted as support in the past. And we're still above that, which is good. It is good. We've been back up, we've been back down, and we're sitting in that sideways motion. And I tell you what, I'm more than happy to stay sideways for a little bit of time while we wait and see what the fallout is from Saturday morning or Friday evening, depending on whereabouts in the world you are. That event. Stuff has to come out. DEX platforms didn't do it. I think, Binance might have a little bit of answering to do with that, whether or not they were involved in anything there. There was certainly some issues around usability of the platform at the time. So once they do all the, follow the money and check everything out, I think it'd be good to hear Binance come out and make some statements with actual facts to back it up. Not, as I say, not because it's Binance's fault, but because, Binance is the market leader, and we do need to see some confidence back in the alt market, especially because it really rocked it. Anyway, coming back in to look at the charts themselves, what I am seeing across the market, I did my scan this morning. We're starting to see a bit of support coming through, and I'll show you the three that did make my watch list. There's no trade for me just yet to the short side, but there are some levels that are forming. You'll note that there is, again, a couple of tests through there. Support running through here. We've got OP. There's also some support running through here, and SD with some support running through here. Now, it's no different to what we're seeing on Bitcoin, and this is what I'm seeing market wide. A lot of coins currently setting a bit of support. Now, I haven't had a trade since the liquidity event of that Saturday morning, and I'm not going to until I get something that really stands out for me. I know exactly what I'm looking for at the moment, and it will be to see if we can see if we can get a third test and fit one of my breakout strategy rules. That I see the breakout to the short side at this stage being the more probable of the first outcomes, the first opportunities for trades. Now, it might not be what you want to hear, but I'm afraid it doesn't really matter. What I want is the market to go up too. I'm an investor as well as a trader, but I will profit if the market does fall, and I will be watching to see if these support levels can hold or if they break. It looks as though the short side might be the first opportunity for trades. Again, here, we see Ethereum, not quite a support level through here, but we do have a lower high. If we break down through here, we'll have another lower high and a lower low, putting it then into a 4-hour downtrend. For these alts, for a lot of these alts to go into a daily downtrend, I really hope that doesn't happen, because it means they've got to break down through here, which is a long, long way away. Don't need more capitulation at this moment in time. The volatility on Binance is absolutely immense. It's one chart that I will be staying away from at the moment, as there is no real trend there at this stage. Again, no support there for me to work with. Cardano up next. Let's see if there's any support here. There is a little bit of a level starting to form, and you will note, again, most of the market is looking very, very similar there. Cardano, one of the few in the top 10 that I would suggest it's in a daily downtrend. If you have a look here as well on the 2-day, very clearly a lower high and a lower low. So that could see momentum continue in its downward momentum. Doge up next, not much going on there again. The whole market looking to move itself into a 4-hour downtrend. Same with Solana. A breakdown through this level would spell a lower high and a lower low on the 4-hour. The reason I'm focused on the 4 hours is because it is the time frame that is providing the structure. There's the lower high, we've got the lower low. At the moment on the dailies, that big spike has kind of ruined a lot of the charts. So it's sort of resetting now for me. The lowest time frame the time frame of choice is the 4-hour. Solana looking to go into a downtrend again. 4-hour here on Tron is in an uptrend. The daily, well, it's looking pretty average. There's not too much going on there. Link as well. Again, we've got ourselves into a 4 hour downtrend with a lower high and a lower low. There's no real momentum on any of these to the downside, though, which means that there's nothing really for me to sink my teeth into on the smaller or the lower time frames. Now, the reason we're seeing all the market looking with this lower high and the potential for that 4-hour trend to unravel further down is that look at the total market cap. It's in exactly the same position. Of course, the total market cap is made up of all the coins I just looked at, but we're in a period where we're just waiting to see what happens. Others also with a support level right there, waiting to see, will I get short trades or will we see a bounce? There's no gut feel in what I do. It's structured, it's checklists, it's pretty straightforward. If I was to call any direction at this stage, I'd be saying it looks like we might see a little bit more downside, but there's a caveat to that. If I don't see my setup, I will not be trading short. I would like to see a third test on these levels, a little lower high, a bit of convergence on the MACD, and then I'll be looking for short trades. It's been a wild week, and the dust has not settled by any stretch of the imagination, but what I am saying is that I will, if those levels build up, I will be more than happy to be trading short should the setup occur. If you're taking time out of the market, then take time out. It was a pretty wild day. I know a lot of people got damaged a bit by that. I totally understand it. One thing I would say is manage your risk at all times. Margin isn't the bad boy. It's how you use it. Margin is not a bad thing at all. You just need to understand it and respect it. If you need any hand with anything, let me know. Shoot in the comments. Ask me any questions that you might have. I'm more than happy to be involved in helping in any way, shape, or form that I can. So I hope you're all okay. Have a great week, or rest of the week. And I'm going to wait and see if these levels shore up. And if they do, I'll be looking for shorts. Anyway, have a great week, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.